So this would be merely prohibiting synthetic cannabinoids, which is pretty much in here, but specifically defining that. And specifically, the issue and the question that needed more research had to do specifically with Delta 8 and Delta 10. Delta 8, correct. The state has prohibited that.
Right, okay.
And Delta 10 is synthesized out of Delta 8 and Delta 9. Those hemp-derived synthetic cannabis products with the Delta 8, Delta 10 cannot be sold or manufactured in Massachusetts.
I totally agree with you, but I think they also came up with HHC because they're trying to come up with ways to beat the system. So I guess like that's something that you can also include in that prohibition, HHC, because they're coming that because there's THC, and then recently when the Delta 8 and Delta 10 got prohibited, they came up with new stuff called HHC just to like come around it to, yeah, it's called HHC.
Question, if Massachusetts already says it's not allowed to sell or distribute any of these things anyway, why would we need to do an additional regulation if the state just says you can't sell it?
So if the board wants, this is to prohibit any new ones so that we don't have to amend it and say, we also want to prohibit Delta 11 and Delta 21 and any other synthetic cannabinoids.
And I believe, although I could be wrong, but I believe that we actually generated this regulation before the state.
Because the state's not regulating it, they're not as strict. They don't send people into the store to see if someone's selling that or not. So I guess town has more control. So I guess like when the health inspector or tobacco inspector, they go in, so it's kind of like you're doing state's job for them.
It was amended on November 14, 2023 to specifically include synthetic cannabinoids, which would be effective December 31st, 2023, which would allow us time to be able to put notices out to people. And there shouldn't be any Delta products out there anyways,
Right.
because they're not legal, but
Right.
we want to do our due diligence and make sure that we have time to get that out.
I motion to amend the North Attleboro regulation of synthetic marijuana and similar cannabimetics to ban Delta 8, Delta 10, and similar subsequent iterations of synthetic cannabinoids.
All in favor?
Aye.